I rise today to talk about an issue that I'm very, very concerned about, and that involves a man who was recently captured, and he was captured overseas. His name is Suleiman Abu Ghaith. He is Osama bin Laden's son-in-law, and here we have a picture of him right here, sitting next to Osama bin Laden. In fact, he appeared with Osama bin Laden right after September 11th, the attacks on our country. And again, here he is right next to Osama bin Laden. He is Osama bin Laden's son-in-law, and he was captured overseas and brought here to the United States of America. And the Attorney General has made the announcement that Osama bin Laden's son-in-law will be tried in New York City for a civilian trial rather than being brought to Guantanamo Bay for further interrogation and held in military custody. I am very concerned about this issue because this is a man who, of course, just based on the relationship he had with Osama bin Laden, in 2001 and 2002, he served as a spokesman for al-Qaeda. He urged others to swear allegiance to Osama bin Laden. In September 12th of 2001, in fact, he appeared with Osama bin Laden and Ayman al-Zawahiri, and in fact, that's him right here in this picture, and warned the United States and its allies that a great army is gathering against you. He also called on all Muslims to battle the Jews, the Christians, and the Americans. He also promised more 9/11 style attacks. Now, this is right after our country was attacked. On September 11th, he appeared with Osama bin Laden, warning of more 9/11 attacks. In fact, he said the storm shall not stop, especially the airplanes storm. In 2002, he reportedly arranged to be smuggled to Iran, where he was held under some form of house arrest. And obviously, we need to understand why the Iranians were allowing such a prominent member of al-Qaeda to be kept in their country. And we have deep concerns about Iran, of course, is the largest state sponsor of terrorism in the world and is threatening our country in its right now marching towards nuclear weapons capability. Of course, it has threatened to annihilate Israel and threatened our country, and that's where he was under loose house arrest after his direct allegiance with Osama bin Laden. In addition, American authorities have tied him to an October 8th, 2002 attack on the United States Marines training in an island off the coast of Kuwait, and that was a situation where one of our Marines was killed and another was seriously injured. The attack was conducted by al-Qaeda fighters with direct ties to Mr. Abu Ghaith, who is Osama bin Laden's son-in-law. Kuwait actually stripped Mr. Abu Ghaith of its citizenship because of his role in recruiting Kuwaitis to become members of al-Qaeda. Just last week, he pled guilty to charges in the federal court in New York City. And I am concerned because when we take a top member of al-Qaeda, like Osama bin Laden's son-in-law, and we take him from capturing him overseas and bring him to our courts in New York City, then all the full rights of our civilian court system apply to that individual, including the rights when you are in custody and are interrogated to hear your Miranda rights. My former role was as Attorney General of the state of New Hampshire. I have great respect for our civilian system. However, our civilian system was not designed to deal with situations where we are at war. And Mr. Abu Ghaith falls clearly within the definition of what this body has authorized the use of military force against as an enemy belligerent. And when we bring him to New York City, we have to Mirandize him. We have to tell him that he has the right to remain silent. and we lose valuable opportunities to gather intelligence, to protect our country, to find out if he was with Osama bin Laden, which we have pictures of him one day after the September 11th attack. What does he know about al-Qaeda? Who else was involved? What does he know about their network? The time that he spent in Iran communicating, was he still communicating with members of al-Qaeda? Obviously he was, because we've alleged that he helped commit an attack in 2002 in Kuwait, which killed at least one Marine. And who was he communicating? What future attacks are they planning? What associations has he made with other members of al-Qaeda? When we tell someone like that they have the right to remain silent, and we give them a lawyer, we lose opportunities to protect our country. And when we're at war, as we are with al-Qaeda, we need to focus on making sure that we know as much information as possible about al-Qaeda, who they are targeting, who are members of al-Qaeda, and obviously all of us supported the President's decision to take out Osama bin Laden. But what other members of his network? What information are we losing when we bring him to a civilian court system instead of bringing him where he belongs, as an enemy belligerent in Guantanamo Bay? It seems to me inconsistent that the administration would take the position, and I support them on this, that they would kill top members of al-Qaeda overseas, yet they are so averse when they capture someone to bringing them to Guantanamo Bay that it is their preference to take them into a civilian court system in the United States of America to read Miranda rights to that individual rather than take them where they belong, to Guantanamo Bay, which I have visited, which is a secure detention facility where people are treated with humanely, yet they are kept very securely, not on United States soil. And we can keep them in Guantanamo Bay under the law of war and interrogate the individual as long as we need to. Let me remind everyone that the intelligence that we gathered that allowed us to find and to take out Osama bin Laden took a matter not just of months, but of years to gather. And so to take someone like Suleiman Abu Ghaith and immediately after he's captured, very quickly bring him to New York City, we lose the opportunity to go back to him over time to make sure that we understand the full amount of information that he may have about al-Qaeda. And that is why we have a distinction under our law between the law of war and our civilian system. He is not a bank robber. He is not an average criminal that should be treated the same way as any other crime in America. He is someone who has sworn to kill Americans, has asked others to take the oath for al-Qaeda, who are at war with our country. And so I'm very worried about the fact that the administration seems to be very bent on bringing these foreign terrorists to the United States to give them all of our rights of our civilian court system, rather than focusing on making sure that we have all the intelligence we need to protect our country.